Hello, and welcome back to the Tea and Soju podcast. This is a post recording message. So I'm putting this here at the beginning of the episode because it's currently watching time episode. And I talk about one specific drama called Drifting Away in one of my categories. And while I recorded this, I only knew very little about the controversy that's going on in China about this drama right now. And I've had more information about it. So I wanted to share it with you guys so that you are aware of what's happening with it, because I think it's important for us to know what is happening with the media that we consume, especially from other countries. So all of this information was sent to me by somebody who is Chinese. So they're following everything on, Chinese apps and through Chinese news and whatnot. So I think it's as accurate as I can get it, I think. So Drifting Away is a Chinese drama that is airing on iQIYI, and if you don't know, it's being called for it to be taken down in China right now, more specifically because it is a crime drama and it is based on a real life crime, and it is a crime that is fairly not old, but it's fairly recent in people's minds, and the victim of this crime is actually still alive. Victims, shall I say, are still alive. And there is a couple of things going on with this, this process of why people are calling for it to be taken down. One of the facts is that the victim wasn't aware this was going to be used, and the book this is based on is been accused of plagiarizing a news article. The fact that it even goes by the same name so the book goes by the same name as the news article, and I think there was a couple of things, especially for the victim, where they've made the name of one of the main killers very, very similar to the name of her own father, and I think that alone is very disrespectful. But yeah, there is a lot of controversy going on with this drama, and I have way more details than just that. The victim is very unhappy with it, and people are kind of rallying behind her, I suppose. So yeah, there is a lot surrounding the book it's based on. There is a lot surrounding the drama itself, and I just wanted to fit that in there before we get into the episode, because when I recorded this episode, I don't think I was aware of half of it. And if you want more information, send me a message. I have all of the, information that was sent over from that listener. So if you would like that, just, send me a message on any of the socials and I'd be more than happy to explore. But some of it is a bit graphic, so I don't want to talk about it here on the podcast. So that is, just my little PSA before we get into the episode. And now I'll just transition and you guys will hear my intro again and we'll get into the episode. Hello and welcome back to the Tea and Soju C-Drama podcast, your safe spot for C-Drama chatter. I'm your host, Liliana, and it's time to sit back, grab your tea, and let's chat Asian dramas. In today's episode, it is the end of the month, which could only mean it is currently watching time. So I'll be going through everything that is in my currently watching list, as well as any animes that I'm watching, any books that are related to Asian countries that I'm reading, or, anything that I've sort of completed over the last 2 months, because it's been a little while since we've had one of these. Just before we get into the episode, some housekeeping. If you like the podcast, please like, share, and subscribe on the platform you listen to. That really helps the podcast reach other listeners. For more content, check out Patreon, where you can find behind the scenes, first impressions, movie reviews, and more. I would like to thank my patrons are Purple Dinosaurus, Marta, Caitlin, Lorna, Cheryl, Raysheen, Nancy, Suze, Amanda, Jane, Cindy, Tate, Valerie, Julia, Catherine, Sandra, Naz, JM, Anna, and HZ. Thank you guys so much for being part of the Patreon and supporting the podcast. That really, really helps to go a long way, in making the podcast. So thank you so much. And also, if you're just a free member of the Patreon, thank you so much for hanging out there and, supporting in that way as well. Finally, if you would like to chat to me or find a community, check out Discord, Instagram, and other socials. The link is in the episode notes. So, today is currently watching list. I am going to try my voice is still not doing great. And yesterday, so I'm sitting down to record this on a Sunday, and yesterday, Saturday, I did a double podcast, not for Tea and Soju, but guest spots. And my voice got a little bit worse. My cough got a little bit worse because they were both episodes with Jess and Caitlin. And you guys know we could talk for hours and hours on end. So I am just sitting down to record today. And what I'm sipping on is I made a little concoction of ginger, lemon, and cinnamon. So I stuck all of those in like a teapot and boiled them gently with some, in water. So that's what I'm sipping on. Hopefully that's going to help to soothe my throat a little bit. And, hopefully that'll help me with my cough a little bit as well. Because, guys, am I the only one? So you guys know that Xiaohongshu or Red Note has blown up over the last couple of weeks because of the whole TikTok debacle. And I had used Xiaohongshu for a little bit before that, just because you can actually follow Chinese actors and actresses over on Xiaohongshu, and they'll post photos and like tidbits of behind the scenes of dramas they're in and everything. So I quite enjoy it because it's their accounts, and it's a little bit easier to navigate Xiaohongshu than something like Weibo. So I really liked it. Anyways, they are brilliant over there. I love Xiaohongshu. Like, I could be on there for hours on end. And they do this thing where, a lot of Chinese and Asian countries will rely heavily on like herbal medicines, and they do, lots of teas and whatnot. And lately, I have been drinking this jujube tea with, so it's just jujube tea and like, boiled gently with goju berries and a couple of other things in it. And I ended up going to my local Asian supermarket, and I asked the lady there, the owner, if she could help me find them in the store because I didn't know quite where they were. And she said, "Oh, yeah, this wouldn't be a Chinese supermarket if we didn't have, they call them Chinese red dates, and I guess they also called jujubes. So I think in Korea they're called jujubes. So I I ended up walking out of the Asian supermarket with a couple more things than my red Chinese dates, because the lady was like, "Oh, you drink this if you're feeling cold, and if you've always got cold feet and cold hands, drink this." And then she gave me this other thing where she goes, "You only need a little bit of this, and you put it in tea or in soup, and you eat it, and it gives you really good complexion." And I was like, "Yes, please and thank you." So yeah, that's what I've been drinking actually. Like, recently, I've been going down this spiral on Xiaohongshu where they sort of teach you all of these, herbal medicines and whatnot, and what to drink and what to use for certain things, and that's where I'm at. I love it. I really, really do. You get to learn so much. So yeah, that's where I've been. So that's my little what I'm sipping on before I talk to you guys, while I'm recording. So let's get into the episode. Let's just go through my categories, because if you're new to the podcast and you haven't listened to one of these before, I actually divide my dramas into categories. It just makes it a little bit easier for me to know what to prioritize. If I'm really enjoying something, then I prioritize those dramas over anything else. So my categories go as follow. Absolutely loving. These are dramas that I am chasing episodes and are completely obsessed with, and these tend to be dramas that I'm completely caught up on. So, normally I watch a lot of on air dramas. So I, if they're in my absolutely loving category, I tend to be completely caught up with them. Then after that category, we have the loving category. These are dramas that I really enjoy, but not quite obsessed with, but keeping up with new episodes. Then we have the enjoying category, the ones I am enjoying and casually watching, and I might be behind on a couple of episodes. So these are dramas that, I am currently behind on a couple of episodes, but I'm really enjoying, and I will want to finish. Then we have the meh category. These are dramas that I may drop soon, but for now I am still watching, or something is keeping me there. So these are the types of dramas that I will definitely be behind on episodes, and I enjoy something in them, but overall they're just like an okay watch. That's how I would describe this category. Then we have the not sure yet. These are dramas that I've only watched a very few episodes, and I'm still very undecided on whether I want to carry on, or, any thoughts on them. Then we have by back burner shows. These are dramas that I'm still watching, but it's very slowly. They are like dramas that I'll watch an episode here and there. Dramas that I dropped. And then we have my looking forward to starting category. So that's pretty self-explanatory. Then we have the anime donghua section, and then we have my currently reading section. And then just to wrap up the episode, we have the completed dramas section. Now, I tend to talk very, very slightly about these on here, just very, very quick thoughts. And then I do a full sort of almost mini episode for Patreon where I talk about them in much more detail. So, let's start with my absolutely loving category, which, guys, you guessed it, it's empty. Now, we have some very promising things coming up, so we shall see where we are with this. February is looking very, very good for Chinese dramaland and for Korean dramas as well. So we might be heading to a very, very good February drama watching wise. So we shall see how this category is looking like next month. My loving category, I do have 2 dramas currently in this category. The first one being Flourished Peony. Now, this has actually already finished airing in a couple of places. But on Viki, I believe it's still not done. I'm actually going to click on it and see whether it is or it isn't done yet. Come on, are you going to open up my link? Oh, there we go. So I am currently on episode 15, so I am quite behind. This started airing while I was at home, I think. Or I might have been, so I had the funeral that I had to go back to, and I think that's when this started airing. So I couldn't quite start it because Viki doesn't allow you to download episodes. So I couldn't download them to watch on my trip. So I haven't started, I started it later, and I'm only on episode 15 so far, but I am really enjoying it. So it's aired 30 episodes on Viki, and this is 32 episodes. So not too far away from the end. It is an MGTV production, or a Hunan TV, because MGTV belongs to Hunan TV. It is 32 episodes, and it stars Yang Zi as our main character, He Wei Fang, or Mudan, and we also have Li Xian playing Jiang Chang Yang. Now, this is a reunion of these two. They both starred together in Go Go Squid 1, and it's been really fun to watch some of the behind the scenes. Especially, there's one clip where Li Xian is praising Yang Zi in her acting and how far she has actually come from Go Go Squid, and that he feels that she's much more mature. So I really enjoyed watching some of those. I did watch Go Go Squid 1 a good while ago. I have the very unpopular opinion that I prefer Go Go Squid 2. I just prefer that couple a little bit more over our Go Go Squid 1 couple. mainly because I think that they're a bit more mature. That couple's a bit more mature, so it worked a little bit better for me. Now, this drama, the description reads, set in the Tang Dynasty, the story follows He Wei Fang, a merchant's daughter, skilled in cultivating rare peonies. With the help of Jiang Chang Yang, an official in Chang'an, she leaves a marriage of convenience and starts a business cultivating peonies. Together, they establish a flower shop, empowering a woman with difficult pasts and creating a thriving brand. As He Wei Feng witnesses the struggles of the poor, she transforms the industry to benefit the people, all while aiding Jiang Chang Yang in his mission to serve the country. Their bond deepens into a secret love. After overcoming a rebellion together, they retreat to live in harmony with nature. So, that is that story. It is 32 episodes, but I do believe this is going to be a two-parter. The page is actually up for it on MDL. It's going to have a different name, and it actually does not have um oh my goodness, a English title yet for the prequel, or for the sequel, I mean. It is based on the same story. That's the only link, and I do think that's why it is it is a continuation of their story. The cast, so the main couple is the same, but what they're saying is that in the second part, they will be changing it up a bit so that they can try to air it faster than the 1 year mark. We shall see. The second part is supposed to be 24 episodes, so I don't know how that is going to work out. We shall see whether we're going to have to wait a year for it or not. I hope not. Now, I am just going to be very, very brief about this. I really like it. It is beautifully done. The acting is very good. The story is very like business focused. It is the front half of the drama is very woman focused. It is her story, her struggle, and I love that. And I think the second part is probably going to move away from that a little bit because she's going to be done with what they need to say. I feel like the first part of it is very much social commentary in that day and age, and it works really well. Now, that's not necessarily going to work for everybody, but it does for me. I really like it. I think this might be and become Yang Zi's best work to date that I have watched. So I'm very excited. Now, I'm not going to talk about it too much more for the simple reason that I will be reviewing this one for the podcast. I've had a couple of people ask me and say that they would love to know what I'm thinking about it. Well, you're going to get a full podcast episode on it. It's going to be a guest episode, and I'm very, very excited to record that. I am going to do some research because I feel like they've done a lot of good things with like the Tang Dynasty that it's set in, whether it's clothing, whether it's ornaments and everything. So I really like that aspect of it. So I won't be spending too much more time on this just for that reason alone. I'm really enjoying it so far. So we shall see where we land with it for, when I actually review it. So next up on my uh, loving category is the Korean drama Love Scout. Now, I'm really enjoying this one, guys. I think it's a very throwback K drama almost. It has all the tropes of a K drama, but I really like it. I like the role reversal. I like that our female lead is the cold CEO and our male lead is the, very likable, very bubbly, kind of character. So I really, really like that role reversal. I love the fact that he's actually a single dad and we get to see that aspect of it and we get to see, what's happening there with that story. So far, I'm really enjoying it. If you don't know what Love Scout is it's a K drama. It stars Han Ji Min as Kang Ji Yoon, and it stars Lee Jong Hyuk as Yoo Eun Ho. Now, I don't think I have actually watched this male lead before. I'm just looking at what he's done in terms of work. Oh, he was in Our Beloved Summer, but it was only like a guest role, so that might be why I don't really remember. He's the guy from Stranger. That might be. He's also done 365 Repeat the Year, The Lies Within, Designated Survivor. So he's been in quite a while, in quite a lot of things, just things that I haven't necessarily watched. Now, the female lead, Han Ji Min, I have actually seen her in a couple of things. She's been in Our Blues, Behind Your Touch. One Spring Night is where I know her from. The Light in Your Eyes, Familiar Wife is also what I know her for. I have watched that one. So that is our main cast. And what is the story about? A successful and confident woman, Kang Ji-yoon, is the CEO of a headhunting company. To survive in a fiercely competitive headhunting field, she puts everything she has into her work. Outside of her job, she doesn't know how to do anything. She has a secretary named Yoo Eun-hoo who takes care of pretty much everything for her. And like his boss, the secretary is friendly, well mannered, and considerate of other people. He is a single father who is also good at parenting and housework. So, like I said, it's very much a role reversal, and I'm really enjoying that. It is 12 episodes. It's an SBS drama, but I am watching it on Viki. That is currently where I am watching it. I am now only I am on episode 5. I think I'm like one episode behind currently, 1 or 2. I haven't watched like so I record this on Sunday and you guys obviously listen to it on a Wednesday. That's when the episode comes out. I have watched 6 episodes. So I've got 7 and 8 to watch this week. And that is what I'll be doing after this recording. I will be watching this drama. So I'm very excited to go and watch that. So I am really, really enjoying this. Like I said, I like the acting. I liked that we have such a what's the word I'm looking for? A green flag of a male lead. He is like exactly what a woman would write in a man. And let me actually just see. So this is based on, I don't know what it's actually based. It seems like it might be a original work. So this is written by a female writer, I believe. She is also written Innocent You, Enemies to the Past, and A Wonderful World. So I haven't really watched anything from this writer, but this does seem like a very female written male lead, if that makes sense. So I'm really enjoying it. Again, I won't be touching too much more on it because I have lots of notes, and this one is also going to be reviewed for the drama. Can you see a recurring pattern happening over here? There is a lot of dramas that I have in mind. So this year, although I do want to do other episodes where I talk about, various other things from Chinese drama land, that include, I don't know, there might be something about voice acting coming up. There might be, some stuff happening, and there will be special episodes like that. But I really want to do a year where I review more dramas. And I think that's going to be a lot of fun for me personally. Not only with like just guests, but also like alone reviews, if that makes sense. So there is going to be a few more coming out this year for like season 3. And this one's going to be one of them. This one is also going to be a guest review. And I'm very, very excited to record it. If you're actually a Patreon member, you would know exactly what's coming up on Tea and Soju for the next almost 2 months, actually, because I shared my schedule over there for, what episodes I'm going to air over the next 2 or 3 months. So that's very, very exciting. So if you're on Patreon, you already know this episode is coming out and when it's coming out. So that's exciting. So that is the first 2 things I have on my loving category. And, I'm really happy to just be thriving and really enjoying dramas again. It's been a hot minute since I've been this excited for dramas, and that makes me really, really happy. My enjoying category, I have so many dramas in this right now, and the first one up, I am not going to touch too much on. It is still the story of Minglan, but guys, I am actually only about 6 episodes from finishing the story of Minglan. I am so incredibly excited that that's the case. I have a lot of thoughts, and as you know, I've said it before, this is going to be reviewed on Tea and Soju. It's going to be part of the throwback series. So I am very, very, very excited that that's the case. So yeah, that is the story of Minglan. I am enjoying it more actually in the final stretch than I was in the beginning. So that's exciting in its own. So that I will be reviewing that very, very soon. Let's just put it that you will be getting this episode end of February or beginning of March. You will be getting the review for the story of Minglan. So for those of you who have asked when it's coming or if it's coming, it's absolutely coming. I have notes, I have thoughts, I have a guest. It's booked and ready to go. So I'm very excited for you guys to listen to that one and for me to be able to talk about such a Chinese classic drama. So the next one that I'm watching is I Am Nobody Season 2. Now this one was very fast to air and it is done already, but I am currently watching this one with my partner. So that means it's slow going because we don't often sit down and watch TV together. My partner is more of a gamer, so we don't really, we'll sit down maybe at the weekend for an hour or two and watch I Am Nobody together, but that is, why I'm so slow on this one. But this one's only 13 episodes and it is a follow up. The characters are 3 of the characters are the same. So we have our main, characters. So that is Peng Yu Chang, who plays Zhang Chu Lan, and we have Wang Ying Lu, who plays Fang Bao Bao, who I love. Fang Bao Bao, she's one of my favorite characters in this. And then we have Neo Ho, who plays Wang Yi. I think that's kind of like the cast that's returning. There is a couple of other characters, but they don't show up too much. The rest are different characters for this. It's a different storyline. It's a pretty interesting storyline so far. I have only watched 2 episodes. Let me just 2 episodes so far. So we might watch another one tonight. And then we'll see how I'm feeling. I'm not going to talk about it too much simply because it is a sequel, but I'm just going to read you the MDL description. Zhang Chulan is thrust into the outsider's world, facing trials and tribulations that ultimately shape him into just and responsible hero. Among the gifted, his fate is deeply intertwined with Fang Bao Bao, and their bond faces a critical test when an unexpected crisis arises. Chen Do, a special operative for the NDT Express, murders a superior and goes on the run. So that's kind of like what the story is going to be like. I like I said, I'm enjoying it. Although I did feel a bit bad because this has been renewed for season 3, but unfortunately, this season 1 and season 2 belong to Yoku, but Yoku has lost the rights to Tencent. And from what I hear, Tencent is actually going to recast a bunch of people in this. So I'm a little bit upset, I'm not going to lie, because I really wanted to watch especially Fang Bao Bao. From what I hear from rumors, Fang Bao Bao's character has been recast in the Tencent adaptation for the 3rd season, so I'm not sure I want to watch that. Fang Bao Bao, I've already said she's one of my favorite characters, so I'm a little bit sad that we don't get to see her again for this one. Now, the next one in my enjoying category is Moonlight Mystique. I have actually finished this one since I made this document. It is, I don't know, I have very mixed thoughts about this drama, and I am going to be reviewing it, and it is going to be a solo review for this one, so I'm very excited to talk about it. It's going to be coming to you very, very soon, so I'm not going to talk about it too much. This is a Bai Lu and Ao Ru Peng drama. It also stars Dai Lu Hua and Chang Hua Sen. It is a xianxia, it is romance, it is a slight melodrama, especially the second half. The second half is, goodness gracious, angsty as all heck. It is 40 episodes. It is an iQIYI episode, an iQIYI drama. And I will say, guys, this is one of the most stunning dramas that I've watched in terms of visuals, costuming, beautiful, especially for Bai Lu. Like, not necessarily the rest of the cast, but Bai Lu is this show, and this show is Bai Lu. That is all I will say for right now. I don't know. I still need to sit with it for a little bit and see where I necessarily land on it when I sit down to record it, how I'm feeling about it. But so far, I enjoyed it. I did. I did enjoy it. So we'll leave it at that for right now. Now, the next one is the Chinese drama Drifting Away. This is part of the Light On series from iQIYI. So you can know this is going to be a crime thriller. Now, this drama is 14 episodes, and I do believe there's quite a bit of controversy around it, and I'm just going to touch on it. So apparently the novel that this is based on is called Bleaching, and apparently that is based on a true story, and the victim was not happy, and people in China are not happy of how they glorified the four killers. Now, I have not watched the drama fully yet. I have only watched 4 episodes, and what I've watched of it, I am enjoying. They are calling in China to pull this drama down. It has like a 5.8 on Douban or something along those lines. So not a lot of people are happy about it. Now, as an international viewer, I do not know whether that is true or not. There is also rumors that this is plagiarized, but if that's the case, this is not the drama's fault. It is the book's fault. It is the novel's fault, because that is what this is based on. So I don't know what to think. I will still be watching it. This stars Gu Jingfei, it stars Wang Qianwan and Zhao Jinmai. It is just Zhao Jinmai's kind of like return to the crime thriller aspect of it. So I don't know, guys. I truly don't know what people are thinking or people aren't thinking. I will say, if you want to watch this, do pay attention to the trigger warnings. This is heavy. It does have, I'm just going to read you some of the tags from MDL. Emotionally strong female lead, criminal supporting character, criminal male lead, detective male lead, serial killings, time skip, trauma, death, gang, murder. Now, I would say throw in torture into that as well. And, so the MDL description reads, in an ordinary residential building, a tragedy of mutilation occurred. Even experienced criminal police captain Pang Zhaolin couldn't help but feel horrified when he saw this scene. What he couldn't forgive himself was that he once passed the criminal suspect Deng Li Gang in the corridor. Deng Li Gang and others traveled across the country to commit crimes, specializing in kidnapping, extorting, and killing nightclub girls. The task force traveled to many police provinces to hunt down the murder, but failed. The criminal gang suddenly disappeared. They launder their identities through illegal means and live a peaceful life, contented life. However, Pang Zhaolin often wakes up from nightmares. The girl was like a lamb waiting to be slaughtered, her miserable cries lingering in his ears. A piece of inconspicuous information pried open a long-standing unsolved case, and Pang Xiaolin embarked on a 1,000-mile journey to find the murderer. So from that, you can sort of gather what's coming from this drama. And like I said, so far, I'm enjoying it. I've only watched 4 episodes. I have forgotten. Let me see, 4 episodes so far, but I will be wanting to finish this one. It is one that I cannot binge. I feel like it's a little bit dark for me to binge. So I'm slowly making my way through it. So the next one is Under the Skin Season 2. I was watching this one last year because it started airing December 10th and it finished December 25th. And I got behind, and now I just need to go back and finish it, especially because I'm only like 14 episodes and I will finish it all. So the plan is to just binge the rest of it basically. I like it, but I don't think I like it as much as season 1 for some reason. I don't know what is happening. The cases probably don't capture me as much, but yeah, so this is on iQIYI and Tencent. It is 28 episodes. It stars Tan Jianxi as Shen Yi and Jin Shi Jia as Du Chong. It is kind of like their story, their partners. And the MDL description reads, the second season will continue the core of the story for the first season of Painting Color and Seeing People's Hearts. That's kind of like the translation of the name a bit better than Under the Skin too, and understand the complexity of human nature through the outline of the portrait. The Beijing squad, composed of simulation portraitist Shen Yi, criminal police captain Du Chong, and others, will continue to solve the human puzzle in the second season and chase the real culprit of the case. So it picks up where season 1 kind of left off, and they're working together and they're trying to solve the major case while solving like other little cases in between. So I'm enjoying it again, but I don't know, there's something there that I don't know if I like quite as much as season 1. So next up is Guardians of the Da Fang. This is 40 episodes. It is a Tencent video. It aired from December 28th to January 18th, so it is recently finished. It stars Dylan Wang as Xu Qi-an and Tian Shi-wei as Princess Li An. Now, this is airing on a bunch of places: Tencent Video, WeTV, and Viki. It is now completed. I am 20 episodes behind. So, again, this is just one that I need to just binge the rest of it. The MDL description reads, the modern office worker Yang Ling unexpectedly enters the fantasy-filled Da Fang dynasty and takes on a new identity as Chu Qi-an, a night watchman known as a Cooper Gong, responsible for supervising officials and solving cases for the people of Da Fang. Using his modern day knowledge, scientific understanding, and reasoning skills, he successfully cracks one bizarre case after another, earning the title of Da Fang's top investigator. In his world filled with monsters, magic, complex human relationships, and hidden dangers, he and his like minded companions bravely face challenges, willing to sacrifice themselves to fight against the dark forces within the court. Together, they speak up for justice and the people, united in protecting the peace and stability of Da Fang. So, I had trouble getting into this at first. I really did. Simply because, first of all, let me just say, this role was built for Wang Hedi. It is very much like his own self, but in character form. So I feel like, he's very jokey and he brings that to the character, and the character is kind of like that. So I enjoy his character, but for the first couple, like maybe 10, 12 episodes, there was not a lot of rhyme or rhythm to this show, and I was finding that difficult to get into. I wasn't finding that there was like a direct backstory or anything that was connecting the show, so it just felt like a little bit adrift, so to speak. That slightly got better. I think I was more interested after, maybe episode 15, 16. I started to really enjoy the story a bit more. I don't necessarily like the main pairing, and it's not to do with Tian Shi-wei and Wang Hedi necessarily, or their acting. I don't necessarily like Princess Li An as a character. I think she's very immature. She's very, I don't know, there's just something about the character that I don't necessarily like so far. But I think that might change. I heard people who finished this were overall very happy with it. So I am going to see, and it actually has an 8.7 over on MDL. I am just curious to see what it has on Douban. I'm just bringing Douban up and I'm going to look up the score for it. I just need to get this title in Chinese and then look it up. So I'm now on Douban. And I'm just going to look it up on Douban and see. Oh goodness, it has a 5.4 over on Douban, which is not necessarily great. But it is what it is. Douban, we know Douban tends to be a little bit harsher anyways, but 5.4 is not necessarily great. But MGL has an 8.7, so do that what you will. Do with that what you will. I will be finishing this one. I have every intention of doing so. So we shall see where I land on this one. And then next up, we have the drama Perfect Match. Now, Perfect Match is one that I have been looking out for. It is a female led drama, and it is it has the vibe of potentially something like New Life Begins. I would say it is 36 episodes. It is a Mango TV, Hunan TV drama, but surprisingly enough, this is actually concurrently airing on Netflix, and Netflix is airing it as Mango TV is airing it as well. So there is 4 episodes out now at the time of my recording. By the time you guys listen to this, there will be quite a few more episodes out. It started January 25th. And it stars a bunch of people. So we have the 5 daughters of Lee, who are Liu Yu Xiao, who I adore. She plays Kang Ning. We have Liu Shi Ning, who plays Shuo Hua. We have Wu Xuan Yi, who plays Fu Hui. We have Ke Ying, who plays Hao De. And we have Huang Yang Tian, who plays Le Shan. That is the 5 daughters of Lee. And then we have their partners. We have Chen He Yi, who plays Du Yang Yi. We have the brilliant Wang Xingyu, who plays Chai An. We have Huang Shang Qi, who plays Fan Liang Han. And we have Liang Yong Qi, who plays Shen Hu Zhao. And Win Win, who plays Yang Xian. Now, is Win Win... he's from the boy group NCT. So that's interesting. So he's going to be in this drama as well. So that's quite interesting. So that is the 5 pairings of people that we're going to have. I am most excited about the Wang Xingyu and Liu Yu Xiao pairing. I think that is probably going to be my favorite just because I really love those actors. So this, like I said, 36 episodes, Mango TV. Now, what am I going to say to you about this, guys, is that this drama feels a little bit like Pride and Prejudice. And I mean that because we have the 5 daughters of Lee and their mother, and their mother comes to the city and she basically wants to marry them all off. It's time for that, and that's what she wants to do. And then obviously we have the 5 daughters. One of them is already married. So the second daughter is married and the first daughter is widowed. And then we have obviously the rest of the daughters, and they feel Pride and Prejudice adjacent, if that makes sense. Now, a lot of people have said that, but I cannot find any concrete article or anything like that that says that that's the case. I also cannot find what this is based on. I have looked it up, tried to find it. I can't find whether it's an adaptation. So it feels like it might be an original work, which is very, very, very rare in Chinese drama land. If you guys are listening to this and you know more about it, please, please, please message me and let me know. So, the MDL description reads, during the reign of Ren Zong in the northern Song dynasty, Bianjing was prosperous, and its reputation spread for far and wide. Mrs. Li, from a wealthy family in Luoyang, moved her family to Bianjing, firstly to join her second daughter Fu Hui, who married young, and secondly to resolve an old matter. The most proud thing in Mrs. Li's life is that she has 5 beautiful daughters. Unfortunately, her eldest daughter, Shuo Hua, is a widow in her youth and has no intention of remarrying. Third daughter, Kang Ning, has a fierce temperament and is nicknamed Rouge Tiger. Fourth daughter is virtuous person with a straightforward temperament and a soft-spoken voice. Unobstructed Wu Nyang is overly pampered and has eyes above her head. The daughters were all famous in Luoyang in their beauty and talented, but it's difficult to them to get married, which became a worry for Mrs. Li. So she made a bold decision to go to Bianjing to find another good match for her daughter. Everyone rushed to Bianjing excitedly, but their confidence was shattered by reality. The second mother was shut down by her natal sisters for no reason, and it was difficult to settle down. The Lee family had to work together to start a business again and slowly looked for a good husband with both political integrity and talent. There were many twists and turns along the way and frequent jokes. In the end, the Lee family's daughters' wishes come true and they find a good match, creating a lively comedy of marriage in the Northern Song dynasty. So, that is what MDL is saying about this drama, and I would agree. So it's basically them moving to a new city as a family. They don't have any male figures. It is a female-led family. They have no male figures, like I said, and it's them finding their way, building their business, finding their, husbands, so to speak, but not letting go of what they want. I have only watched 4 episodes of this so far, and I already love the fact that these sisters are so closely knitted. They support each other. They are all very different from each other, and I love that. So I'm already really enjoying this. The only reason it's not up on my, loving category yet is because I've watched so little of it. I want to watch a couple more to make up my mind. Now, I don't understand this, guys. Now, if you go into MDL, after 4 episodes being aired, it's already scored as a 7.9. And I need to rant about this a little bit here because to me, I find it ridiculous that a show that has aired 4 episodes already has a 7.9. It's ridiculous to me. It makes no sense. How can you rate something that you've only watched 4 episodes out of? I don't understand it. And this is why I say I don't trust MDL scores. Because at least on Douban, for the most part, I believe you can only score things once they are done or mostly part of the way done. And I feel that gives a better sense of the show. But to rate something when only 4 episodes are out, and I know a lot of people trust those ratings and they look at that and they see 7.9 and they might choose to not watch the drama. So I feel like it's so unfair in general. Like, if you don't like it, that's fine. Comment why you don't like it and leave it alone. But why rate it so early when only 4 episodes are out? That's my little rant. I just don't understand it. And I think I wanted to bring it up because this is why I always say I don't trust MDL scores in general. And they can go both ways. They can even be very overinflated or, they can be underscored. And I'm always very much of the opinion, try it yourself. Watch a couple of episodes and see if the drama is for you. Even when I talk about it and I love something, don't just take my word for it. If you see that your drama watching kind of aligns with mine, then there's a high chance you might enjoy what I'm enjoying. But there's nothing like, I've always heard the good old saying, the proof is in the pudding. So try it out for yourself. That's all I'll say. I'm really enjoying this one. Not everybody's going to enjoy it because we don't have a main couple. We have various couples. And we're going to be focusing on all of those couples as a story. And I like that. I like that it is female-led cast. And I'm looking forward to it. It is only 36 episodes, so it's not too bad overall. I will like to see how this writer handles having so many couples. It is a male writer. His name is Zo Mo, and he's written, he's written Royal Feast, Yangshi Palace, Story of Yangshi Palace, and Untouchable Lovers. So, okay dramas, like fairly well-known dramas in this for this screenwriter. So We'll see. We'll see how it goes, guys. I will say try it out for yourself, but I will say it is giving me a little bit Pride and Prejudice vibes. And it's not just me, a lot of people have commented on that. But again, I cannot find anywhere what this is based on. So if you do know, please let me know because I would love to know further about it. So we are now moving on to my next category. My meh category is currently empty, which is great. That is really great. The not sure yet category, we have two dramas, one of them being Motel California. Now, I wanted to watch this because it is Lee Young, and I adore Lee Young. I feel like she's such a talented actress. This is currently airing on Viki, and this also stars Nat In Woo. It is going to be 12 episodes and it is an MBC drama. I have currently watched 3 episodes so far, and it's basically about two people who grew up in a motel. Well, our female lead grew up in a motel, and she comes from a mixed race background. And, you know, she's always kind of been bullied a little bit for that. And they met. Um, as teenagers, and they were really, really good friends. And then something happens and they kind of go their separate ways and they don't see each other for a very long time. And then they come back together again. Now, this sounds like a great story to me, and I was very, very excited for that. My problem being is that this is also filled, at least the first 3 episodes, heavily filled with miscommunication and also a love triangle in both directions. And I don't necessarily enjoy love triangles that much, especially when they become a little bit of the focal point for the drama. So that is why I'm on the edge for this. If you are watching this drama, let me know like what is keeping you watching, what isn't, and let me know if I should carry on. I think I will at least press play on episode 4 and decide after episode 4 whether, I want to keep going or not. Now the next one is Under the Moonlight. This is a Chinese drama. It is 36 episodes. It is a Yoku and CCTV production. It stars Hu Bingqing as Lu Shu and Zai Zi Lu as Chi Mang Lin. It stars He Pang as Han Mu Zi and Ding Xiaoying as Liu Wan. It is a historical mystery comedy romance. That's what it's tagged as on the genres on MDL. And the MDL description reads, it tells the story of Lu Shu, who has a rough fate. She once helped the county magistrate Han Muzi solve a major case. Since then, she has stayed in the county government as a detective to assist in the investigation. During the process, she met Chi Ming Lin, a young man who wanted to travel around the world. The two of them work together to solve many strange cases. They fall in love and grow together. Now, I am enjoying this. I've only barely touched the surface. I've only watched 2 episodes so far, and my only problem with this is that Yoku doesn't seem to have the rights to air it internationally. So to watch it, you have to go on the Yoku app with your VPN set to like Hong Kong or something like that, and then they'll allow you to watch it. But it just adds an extra step, so that's why I don't find myself reaching for this one as much. But I probably will watch it. I will just be watching it at a slower rate, I think. So that is everything on my not sure category. My back burner is empty. And now dramas I want to binge over the next month. This is a new category, and these are just dramas that I have started and I just want to finish them up. The first one is Begin Again. This is one that is not that highly rated on MDL, but I am very, very, very excited about it. It is 18 episodes and it stars Zong Shu Shi as Chen Jihua. It stars Elvis Han as Han Jun Hao. and it stars Amy Chen as Mai Yu Go and Sunny Sun as Shu Jun Lee. So that is the characters. It is airing on MGTV or Viki. You can watch it, and this is basically very similar to Fake It Till You Make It. So it's about people, adults, and their careers and falling in love and life in general. Now, what is very interesting to me about this is set largely in Macau. Now, Macau, if you know anything about it, has a huge influence from Portugal because they were colonized by Portugal for a very long time. So I I have watched 2 episodes of this so far, and there's already things that I can pick up. So the streets signs are in Portuguese, and the flooring, so the pavements are traditional Portuguese pavements that you would see back home. Back home as in back home to me, Portugal. Even in the beginning credits, there's food that is Portuguese and there's drinks. So they have small, which is basically this fizzy pineapple, or you can have an orange one drink that is very, very popular. And they come in these green bottles, and that is in the credits as well. So there's lots of little things that I've picked up. This is going to be a drama that is going to be for a more mature audience, I would say. Not everybody's going to like it, but I want to binge this one over. I don't think I'll be reviewing it on the podcast. Just because I just want to watch it without having to necessarily take notes. And if I'm going to review something, I have to take notes, and that takes a little while longer. So I just want to sit down and enjoy this one for what it is. I will probably do a mini review for it over on Patreon, though, so look out for that. And then the other one is The Way Home. This is a youth drama. It is 16 episodes, Yoku, and it stars Mark Ma and Zhang Kang Le, as two cousins who are very close, and basically something happens and they go different ways. The MDL description reads: in Shi Chiao village, Lingman, the once prosperous He family, now has only one son, He Jiaohao. He Jiaohao, a well-behaved and introverted academic, bears the so-called hope of his family. However, he has always hidden a secret in his heart. 8 years later, someone who made him feel guilty and with whom he wants to make amends has finally reappeared in the village. So it's about 2 cousins, it's youth, it's a little bit different. So I want to finish this one up as well. And that's the only 2 on dramas I want to binge over the next month category. So for dramas I dropped, there is only one on my list right now that I have dropped, at least for this year. I'm not going to talk about what I dropped last year because it was far too many. So the one that I dropped for this year is The Blossoming Love. Now, I know a lot of people liked this one. This one is a Zhang Bin Bin and Sun Zi drama. It is a xianxia. Guys, it was just not giving for me. I don't know. I watched 5 episodes and I wasn't enjoying it. And with so many dramas coming out, choices had to be made. And out of everything that I was watching, that one was the one that I was least connecting with. So that's the one that I chose to let go. But like I said, give it a try. You might enjoy it, because I know a lot of people did. So that's the only thing on my, dropped dramas in the last month situation. And then looking forward to starting, I have 4 dramas in this, currently looking forward to starting. 2 of them are Korean, 1 is Taiwanese, and 1 is Chinese, because it is the only one we have a date for so far. So the first one is Mellow Movie. I am so excited about this. This is the same writer as our beloved Summer. Not only that, but this stars Choi Woo-shik and Park Bo-young. Just that alone, I am sign me up. I am there. So this is going to be on Netflix, which is very exciting. The original network is Netflix, which means it has money. So I think it'll be beautiful to watch regardless. It is going to air on February 14th, and it is going to be 10 episodes. I think they may drop, normally when they drop something on a Friday, they drop all the episodes at once. If that's the case, I'm going to have a, great evening binge watching this one. I am very, very excited about it. I'm going to be reviewing this one with someone who I love to chat dramas with, so look out for that. The MDL description reads, even if hardship and misfortune always accompanies life, the youths who have walked with their middle finger raised now seek romance to lean on. Seek someone to lean on wholeheartedly, wanting to find a person to rely on as if they were to fall. Dreaming of becoming a film director one day, Kim Mubi, an assistant director, wants to follow in her father's footsteps, who worked as a filming crew member. After entering the film industry, she quietly honed her skills, not drawing attention to herself in the eyes of others. On the other hand, Ko Gyom rose from being supporting actor to becoming a film critic. He meets Mobi on the set of an interview film, eventually starting their own love story. So I am super excited about this. We'll see how it goes, but I will definitely be checking that one out. The next one is a Taiwanese drama, and it is called I Am Married Butch. So this is going to be 12 episodes. It is releasing February 14th on Netflix. It is going to be episodes of 30 minutes, and it's dropping on a Friday as well. So I don't know if they're going to drop this one all at once as well. This, I'm very excited because it stars Ko Chia Yen, who we've seen in a couple of things. I've seen her in Rainless Love in the Godless Land. She was a support role, but I think she's mostly known by her role in Someday or One Day. She played the main role in that, and she also was in We Go Fast on Trust. So that alone, I am up for that. But this is also Jasper Liu, who we don't often get to see in dramas. So I'm very, very excited. The MDL description reads, Ai Ling has lived with her in-laws for 3 years and contemplates divorce. Every 7 days. She wants to move out but is stuck because her husband, Zhang Shu Yu, is a mummy's boy. Despite her frustrations, she always finds a hint of charm in him at a crucial moment, trapping her in a cycle of wanting to leave but not being able to. Things take a turn when she meets a soulmate on a dating app. Her body suddenly wants a baby, placing her in a tug of war between emotional infidelity and family life. So be warned, there is going to be some tugs of that. The genres are comedy romance, and the tags are married female lead, married male lead, pharmacist supporting characters, functional marriage, and married life. So that might not be for everybody. Be warned about that. So that is that one. And then next is The Witch. This is going to be airing February 15th. This is a South Korean drama, Channel A. As of yet, it's going to be on Viki, so that's exciting. It's going to be Park Jin Young, so I'm very excited about that aspect of it. But it also stars Ru Jong Yi, who I don't actually know her. I don't think. I'm just going to have a quick look at her filmography. So she was in Dear M. She was in, I know who she is. She was in Our Beloved Summer, and she played NJ. Oh, okay. She was also in 18 Again. I do know her. So that's exciting that I figured out I do know her. So the MDL description just reads, the story of a man who fell in love with a woman called a witch. Park Mi Jong is a woman who wears pretty clothes and enjoys complete freedom. She became a translator by taking advantage of her English skills, which she has been good at since her childhood. Her mother passed away giving birth to her, and since she has stood out even when she stayed still, perhaps because of her unique and mysterious atmosphere from some point in her life. Male students fell in love with her, and the people she met called her a witch. She is used to the loneliness now, but from time to time she recalls a boy, Lee Dong-jin, from high school with a bright smile. He used to pass her by with his group of friends. So that is The Witch. I'm excited for starting that one. And then the one that I will be starting above all of these, because it's the first one that comes out. It was just announced today, and I'm very excited that I actually get to talk about it before it airs. And that is The White Olive Tree. This is a drama a lot of us have been waiting for a while. It is going to be an iQIYI drama, and it airs February 1st. It is going to be 38 episodes, and a lot of people are excited because this is a Chen Ziyuan, who is the male lead from Hidden Love, and we also have Liang Zhi, and I have seen her in a bunch of stuff. So I'm quite excited about this pairing. This writer is also it's a woman writer, Han Hao. She hasn't written a lot of things. She's only got Speed and this to her name, so we shall see what happens there. But we will see. This is going to be an iQIYI love on story. So if you don't know, iQIYI has these sort of compilations of dramas, and the Light On series is their like crime thriller series, and then we have the Love On series, which is kind of like they're more romantic and whatnot. Moonlight Mystique belongs to the Love On series. So, this one, the MDL description reads: during an interview mission in the turbulent East Country, Liang City Satellite TV's female reporter Song Ran encounters danger. Fortunately, she is rescued by Li Zan, a Chinese explosive engineer who volunteers in the East County. Li Zan's countless and childlike heart deeply attracts Songran. Through multiple interactions with Songran, Li Zan also realizes that although she appears weak on the outside, she's brave and strong, with a heart filled with justice and kindness. With the same ideals and compatible souls, a spark of love ignites between the two. However, a sudden bombing attack puts a halt to this building relationship. After returning to China, they hit low points in their lives and even lost contact. They are both suffering physically and mentally as Li Zan feels guilty and blames himself for the death of his friend, who sacrificed his life to save him in the bombing attack. While Songran gets into controversy due to a photo she took during the bombing attack. By chance, they reunite and their lives gradually return to normal. Together, they plant the seeds of the white olive tree. So I'm very excited about this. I think it's going to be one of those series where we basically see them falling in love in a very what's the word? A very high pressure, high tension situation. And then, losing contact. I'm going to be very interested to see how they deal with the mental aspects of everything that they go through. So I think this could be a very challenging role for Chen Zuyuan. It's going to be a much serious role for him. So I'm very excited to see how he does. And I'm very excited to see how Liang Ji already also does. So I will definitely be watching this one. And that is everything for dramas, guys. It's a long one. It's been a hot minute since I've had such a long currently watching episode, but I'm excited. So that means we're on to my animes. And for animes, I only have Apothecary Diaries Season 2 that I'm watching on Crunchyroll and Happy Marriage Season 2, which I'm watching on Netflix. So I loved Season 1 of both of these, and I'm excited to... I've only watched 2 episodes of both. So I don't mind getting behind on animes because they are so short, you can very easily catch up on. So that's what I'm watching anime wise. And then currently reading, I am only reading one book that is Asian inspired, and that is Immortal, and that is written by Su Lin Tan. And she is the writer of Daughter of the Moon Goddess, which I loved. I always say it's kind of like a xianxia, but on paper. And the description for this one reads: as the heir to Tianxia, Li Yan knows she must ascend the throne and renew her kingdom's pledge to serve the immortals, who once protected them from a vicious enemy. But when she is poisoned, Li Yan's grandfather steals an enchanted lotus to save her life. Enraged at his betrayal, the immortal queen commands the powerful god of war to attack Tianxia. Upon her grandfather's death, Lian ascends a precarious throne, vowing to end her kingdom's obligation to the immortals. When she is summoned to the immortal realm, she seizes the opportunity to learn their secrets and to form a tenuous alliance to safeguard her people, all with the one she should fear and mistrust the most, the ruthless god of war. As they are drawn together, a treacherous attraction ignites between them. One she has to resist, to not endanger all she is fighting for. But with darker forces closing in around them and her kingdom plunged into peril, Lian must risk everything to save her people from the unspeakable fate, even if it means forging a dangerous bond with the immortal, even if it means losing her heart. So I have only read about 3 chapters. It starts with a bang, and so far I'm really, really enjoying it. We'll see how it goes. So, for dramas that I completed Love Game in Eastern Fantasy. That is the Dingyushi and SCU drama. I enjoyed it overall. I thought it was fairly good. I wish there was a bit more romance to it. I did do a last thoughts for this one over on Patreon, so you can check that out if you would like. I finished up The Light Shop, and I really, really liked it. Really liked it. This is a Korean drama. It is very different to anything that I've watched from Korea, and I ended up really, really enjoying it. I am going to be reviewing that one for Patreon as well. Blossom, I finished up and I loved. You guys already know because that was last week's episode. When the Phone Rings, I really enjoyed overall. I have very quibbles with it, but I'm not going to touch too much because we are going to be reviewing When the Phone Rings. So I'm very excited for that one as well. Where the Sea Begins, the Japanese drama, you guys already know that I loved this one because this one came up in my Best of the Best 2024 Asian dramas, and it was number 3. And then The Trunk, I finished that up and I really enjoyed it. And not only do I have a review on tea and soju, but there's going to be another review for it coming up soon on another podcast. So look out for that. So that's the dramas I finished up. And I think that's everything, guys. That is everything. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. Let me know what you're watching. Come and talk to me on Instagram, or, if you don't want to use any of the socials, then just email me. That's fine too. Or join Discord or Patreon for free, and you can message me on Patreon. There is various places that you can come and chat to me and let me know what you're currently watching. If there's anything on my list that you're watching, if there's any dramas that you're looking forward to starting, let me know because I'm always curious to find that out. Now, I have managed to make it through this episode with quite a few pauses, so I hope the audio isn't too bad. And now I'm going to go rest my voice for the rest of the day, I think. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode, and I shall catch you next time. Bye.